So good morning to you all and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm out in a location I've only visited a handful of times before, and I was here back in the warmer months, the summer months. I had an amazing day with the birds of prey, the Cooper's hawks, the 3 juveniles, the osprey, beavers, you name it. And today it's quite a different dynamic with the vegetation here because most of it's gone. And there's been still quite a few herons, so egrets, great blue heron, so it's a great white egret, still here. And usually they leave these shores and head down south where it's warmer. So this starts to freeze over, there's no way they'll be able to locate any prey. But looking on the local Facebook page, a really nice Facebook page for the local group, there's still quite a lot about. So I thought I'd come down and have a look round. And now the vegetation's disappeared, you can kind of see the wood for the trees really, and certainly for any mammal species about, coyotes, foxes, things like that, and obviously bird species as well. So just looking around the corner now, I can already see some egrets out in the water. So I might just set up and spend a bit of time with them. If you can see above, we have grey stuff called clouds, would you believe, and a bit of wind today and maybe a little bit of rain, but it's actually quite nice because it makes a bit of a difference for me because I'm always here shooting in amazingly bright skies, and nice to give it a bit of atmosphere here. So we've got a couple of egrets right in close here, hoping not to flush them because one's just fishing in here quite happily. I'm just gonna kind of walk in and see what the body language of the bird is. Seems a bit twitchy. It's a bit of a stiff old breeze, mind. Gosh, there's a beautiful open space of water here. So really nice. And I can see loads and loads of ducks up the top end there. It's all kicking off up there. I might just head round there because it's quite a cheeky breeze here. If I can get up that way, tuck myself out of the way, and then get myself in some shelter, get set up. I've got a bigger lens in the back, got me R3 100-500 on front. And hopefully we'll be in for an interesting sesh. It's not gonna be like when I was here last. There's a lot more going on, but we'll make the best of it. And it's just great to be out. It's great to see we've got common buckthorn, loads and loads of berries still about, but very few birds. And it's really mild. I mean, we're in November, and it should be frosty mornings, but none. I've got a thin base layer on at the moment because it's just too warm. Got a rain jacket in the back, but yeah, it's very, as I say, unseasonably warm. But I'm happy with that for the minute because it's a long old winter here. So, right, I found my patch across the way. Nobody's there because it's a really quiet place anyway. Hopefully we'll get set up and get some views of some birds on the water, hopefully. Well, it certainly is a quiet day here. Certainly not many people about, which is great for me. It's not that I dislike people. I just like it when I'm out in nature on my own generally. So we've got the heron over there, and he's sitting quite happily on his tree, probably just digesting. I get this tripod balanced. Okay, that's pretty good. So I've got the Canon 1DX Mark III with me today. Thought I'd brush the dust off, take it out, and give it a go. And I've got the 200-400 with the built-in telly in there too. Just to give that a go. I haven't actually used it since it's been back from Canon, so it's good to get it out and give it a go. It was going to be an in-office day today, but I thought, no, I'll get out. Been in the office for 2 days. The downside of a wildlife photographer sometimes is spend too much time on the computer and not enough time out in the field. So decided to sack it, switch the computer off, and get out here and just enjoy, take it all in, and hopefully I'll walk away with a few decent images today. So it's really nice back using a DSLR again. You know, the shutter sound, wind's in my face. That heron's not going to be bothered about my shutter at all. And in fact, it's likely today that anything's really going to be too worried about me. So it's nice to break out the camera. And I do really enjoy using them, as I always say. You know, this is an amazing camera. It's got the same processor in as the R3, superior AF. You know, I can use silent shooting at the back, 20 frames with the live view screen. So if I do need to move to sensitive subjects, I can do, but I can't use the viewfinder. It's not an electronic viewfinder, it's an optical viewfinder. So what I see through the lens, so I can't project what's on the screen onto the through the lens. So I don't mind that though, to be fair. And the live view function at the back is also pretty good. But this is a beautiful camera. Picked it up quite cheap. But anyway, going to spend a bit of time with this heron, get a bit of video in the bag, and yeah, just enjoy. So I found myself an old stump here. Ideal little perch. I forgot my little chair. I knew I forgot something on the way. And I'm kind of like about half an hour away from my house. I drove here today, so no e-bike. Still, I could drive down, I could cycle down here, but to be honest, it's kind of much easier to get the car here. But and I can stay a little bit longer as well. So at the moment, really, it's quite thin on the ground. We've got a lot of mallard over that side. We've got some Canada geese over there. Got the great blue heron just here, hanging on. Won't be long before that bird makes its way south for sure. Back in Toronto, birds hang around and they stay over the winter down there because it's so much warmer. But here it's just far too cold. But it's still nice to see them hanging around. Apart from that, yeah, it's pretty quiet. We got a few American robins flying around in the treetops, thrush flocks like we do get at home, and there's a few finch species I can hear overhead. But apart from that, it's pretty quiet, and certainly no kingfishers here, which is a shame. We're going to hang on. I mean, there could be a chance for. Just seen some birds over there, actually. What are they? Yeah, mallards. Here, a woodpecker piping in the distance there. But it feels like dead of winter here. This is like the scene you'd get at home. A heron has seen something. It's eyeballing something in the water there. It's fixed on something. I think there's a chance it's going to jump down shortly. It's certainly seen something. Now, what I'm hoping to do is the bird's above. I can see roughly where it's looking. I've put an aperture of f8 and I've put the shutter speed up to about 0.02 of a second. And as soon as the bird takes off, I'm just going to fire off a load of shots and hoping that as it's coming down, I get a wing open as it's hitting the water. Obviously, it doesn't dive like a kingfisher, but it's certainly eyeballing something. And in fact, there's lots of fish on the water here. I've just had lots and lots of splashes come up in front. I've got some ducks going past over there. I don't know what they are, but probably just mallard, I expect. Yeah, just mallard coming down the river. He looked really, really kind of thinner in the head, so I thought it might be like pintail type things, but just a group of mallards. So it is pretty thin on the ground at the moment. There's not a lot happening, but just a bit of a channel update for you all about my sort of plans for autumn and winter. I aim to spend a lot more time with mammal species. It's something that I haven't really done a lot of. It's not for want of trying with coyotes back in Toronto, and foxes. Just didn't get any opportunities to see them as I'd like. So I've been doing quite a lot of work behind the scenes really. I'm working on projects with coyotes, finding out where they are, times of day, and I aim on doing a lot more with mammals. So coyotes, foxes, mustelid family, so stoat weasel, martins, mink, all that sort of stuff. Certainly when the snow comes, I'll be able to track them much better through the snow. They'll be in their ermine coat as well, so they're in their white coat, and that looks absolutely amazing. So I do want to do a lot more with mammal species. I do a lot with birds. I just basically go with what I've got in my area, especially to bring videos out. If I did one on mammals, it would take me so long, probably months and months before I put a video out. So it's kind of difficult, but I like just showing you what I get up to in the field. Yeah, mammals is definitely on the list this winter, and hopefully I'll go further north as well. Maybe we'll get to see some wolf as well up in Gatineau Park there. Maybe go to Algonquin for a bit of snowshoeing and stuff like that, see what's about. Bears, obviously, likely then will be in hibernation, so they'll be off the list. But certainly in spring next year, I aim to go up to Algonquin as soon as they come out of hibernation, and hopefully do plenty with those. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to at the moment really. Got a few little reviews, and my retro review still coming out as well. A few little collaborations as well going on behind the scenes, just to keep things a little bit fresh really. And I like doing reviews as well. Quite enjoy them, and it breaks up doing a video kind of samey every week. But also, if you've got anything that you want to see from me and from my channel, whether it be a review on a bit of kit, what I'm most interested, what I pack when I go out, what's in the bag, how I edit, how I put videos together, scout locations, whatever, just please let us know in the vlog description there, and I'll gladly put something together for you all. But for me, now I'm going to settle down, have my first caffeine brew of the day, and sit back and see what comes along. So decided to move location, not far, kind of 50 feet from where I was, just to give myself a bit more of a wider area to scan on and look for stuff. It is still pretty thin on the ground. One thing there is here everywhere, and I've got to be careful not to sit in it and put my bag on it and step in it, but I've got loads and loads of coyote poo round here. Now I've seen loads here before and evidence of them eating and leaving carcasses and bones and stuff around. So this is clearly an area that they like to come into in the early morning, possibly evening, and feed when they've had a kill. So it's everywhere here, and on the shoreline there's loads and loads of canine prints, and I don't think you're allowed dogs here, so it can only be coyote or fox, but I think definitely coyote from the size of the poos there. I mean, there's one just there, and they are absolutely huge, and it's not unheard of to see them throughout the daytime, especially in the depths of winter when they're out, but probably not so much now. But there's a chance I could see one moving along a bank or just out and about really, but that would be a marvellous sight for me. But I'm just saying about, out today now, I've seen a few herons, seen a few egrets, taken a few pictures, but it's kind of like not having to show you some amazing images every single time on a video. It's more about just getting out in nature, sitting back and enjoying it and taking it all in. You don't have to get results every time. You're never going to get results every time. Not shooting this way. But it's the chance encounters, I always say, that make it worthwhile. I could be sitting here now for hours and hours and not see a thing, and then I could get mink come in, I could get a fox coming through, coyote coming through, bird of prey, you name it. It could just happen, or it might not. So it's just one of those things. I'm surrounded by Canada geese. Beautiful, right over my head. Loads of them coming in. Might be a common bird, but I love hearing them. Such an amazing call. They're everywhere here at the moment. Absolutely everywhere. A cacophony of birdsong. We've got a heron right over the other side there. Another great blue heron. So there's 2 I've seen today, and I've seen 3 great white egrets as well. So they're all landing, all the Canada geese are just landing on the other side. But it is one of those things, it's just get out and enjoy it, regardless of images you get, you know. It is the reality of wildlife photography that you aren't going to get results every time. I've got loads of projects on the go that I don't vlog, and most of the time I leave with nothing. And then when I eventually do get success, then I bring out a video. But, you know, most of the time it's, as I say in the fishing world, I blank. I get nothing. I go home with no images. It is the way it is. But right, back to me brew and enjoy these Canada geese. So I've just moved to a new location. It was really quiet there. So I've come about kind of 8K up the river to a lovely open marsh area. As you can see behind me here, loads and loads of Canada geese and some other ducks on the water. Bit more sheltered in here. It was getting a bit blowy, so I decided to move. Massive beaver lodge in the middle and a huge open space here. I'll just show you. As you can see that expanse there, that would be back home a marsh harrier haven. And they do get northern harrier in here, and the last time I was here, I saw a osprey and a golden eagle here as well, which was way back in the summer. Kind of a really good spot here. So I'm going to hang on here, see if we get anything coming, hunting over the marsh. You know, this is, you know, northern harrier territory. They love these sort of areas, so I think it's just worth staying here for an hour, getting some pictures of the duck, some wood duck on the water. There's a lot of Canada geese and a few other ducks there as well. So just going to hang on here for a bit, enjoy, tucked out that wind, and maybe we'll get lucky with a visiting harrier. So still no sign of a harrier as yet. Kind of wishful thinking. I think the chances of one coming in today are pretty slim, but maybe might get an eagle coming over. There's a lot of Canada geese here, and I've just been chatting to a local chap who's basically said that a lot of these Canada geese here at the moment are coming from up north, and this is, a lot of them have already moved through. Now they're a lot smaller in size, and we've got a few teal in there as well. Really nice, and that's with the green around the head. So it's nice to see a few of those interspersed. Sadly though, they're all quite a distance because they are quite a way off here. But we are getting, in fact, we are getting a couple in quite close here. See if I can get a picture of one. So as I was saying, I think they're teal. I'm not sure. I'm not very good with duck. It looked like it could be a widgeon. It's hard to say because it's quite overcast today and it's making everything look really dull. So I need to ID them when I get back. But so apart from teal, widgeon and Canada geese, we haven't really got a lot else going on. And this vast expanse behind me here would be absolutely awesome for a northern harrier or any type of bird of prey really coming through. But ideally, with the food source here at the moment, with those geese and those ducks, we're prime spot for a larger bird of prey. So a bald eagle, maybe golden eagle, something like that coming through. Because inside the reed bed here, it's not completely underwater, so it's got a bit of a solid base. So if a harrier came across to flush prey up from the grasses and reeds, it would then snatch that prey, either carry it off or hit the ground, and then obviously sort the prey out from there like marsh harriers do at home. But I could be here for days and not see one. So the chances of me getting a Harrier here are pretty slim. But looking on eBird, it looks like they do turn up here now and then, so it's just a bit of pot luck. And I'm hoping, because the duck here, I was chatting to a guy called G a minute ago, who's a local guy, and it comes here every single day, and he said I've timed it really, really well, because you never see this many duck and geese on the water at this time of the year. So this could be the last ones coming through. So who knows, predator could turn up, or I could just be getting geese and duck. But you know, still a few more hours to go and see how we get on. So we just had a complete eruption of geese. The Canada geese just literally all lifted for no reason. And I don't know if a bird of prey had come through real quick, like a peregrine or something. Not that a peregrine would take a Canada goose, I wouldn't have thought, but they completely and utterly erupted. I was just eating some lunch and boom, up they went. The noise and the wing beats going up was fantastic. I was a little bit slow on the uptake, but I did manage to get some smaller duck species that were weaving in and out. I was only shooting at 1 12/50th a second, so probably not fast enough. We did a circuit and they came round, and I think it was possibly the widgeon, or was it possibly the teal? And as they came round in a sweeping motion, and they ended up landing back on the water again. Managed to dial in a little bit quicker, so hopefully I've got some half decent shots there. Just changed my AF mode as well, because it was just on the standard AF mode. Now put it on a bit of a better situation for tracking birds in flight and locking on. So hopefully if we do get a lift again, we might get some half decent images. But it'd be nice, probably even at 12/50th, is to get the bit of movement with the bird's wings. Might have got a few birds in focus there, and maybe with a little bit of wing movement as well as I was panning. But it's fantastic to see. It literally erupted, and the noise, man, it was, I mean, something could have gone really, really low through and just spooked them. But yeah, they've pretty much all gone. I mean, there must have been, I don't know, 1,000 odd here, and now we've only got probably a good 50 left. So, but the duck are still here. Some of the mallard didn't move, but it was fantastic to see that eruption. The weather's, wind's picking up. It's not that nice now. It's starting to get a little chillier as well. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay, but I've been here now for probably about an hour, and I'll probably give it another hour and then I'll head back home. But yeah, still forever hopeful we might get something decent come through. But yeah, still nice though. Just to concentrate on some duck species. Ideally, I'd like to be a little bit lower as well. And I think I'm going to go in. There's some of the duck really close in now, and they're quite happy with me here. So I think I'm going to go in and see if I can get some lower shots. So I think I'm going to call it a day there. I've been out today for probably around about 5 hours. So not an all day sesh, but it's been really, really good fun. Obviously 2 locations. One about sort of 6K down that way, and here as well. So we've seen varying species, a few different duck. It's got widgeon, teal, got mallard, got the Canada geese, a few other smaller bird species, and it's been nice to get back out with the 1D X3 and obviously shooting with the R3 as well. Yeah, a bit thin on the ground for the birds of prey. Did see a couple of raptors go over, did a bit of video there as well, but nothing that came in onto this location. I was really hoping we may get an eagle come in, so feeding off some of these waterfowl here on the water, but you know, you can't win them all the time. But I should spend some more time here again for sure, and hopefully we'll get some results. But yeah, thanks very much indeed for coming along on one of my Canadian photography trips. Great to come out to a different location too, and it's been so quiet. I've only bumped into one person since I've been here. I've had this place to myself. You know, the sound of the geese and the ducks, the wind in the trees, the landscape, it's been great. It's such, for me as well, you know, been stuck in office for 2 days, getting out now like this, it's been superb. You know, it's really sort of just chilled me right out. Not that I was stressed, but it's just been lovely. Don't laugh, Mallard, don't laugh. But no, it's been great, irrespective of the results. Hopefully we got some fairly half decent images today of some more common species. But from me, guys, thanks very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you all next time.